Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. And I need those to be able to make the others. So let's, well, first up. Oh, wait, I can't. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I cannot make any. You've got none at all over there. He's bringing me a speed module. I'll have that one, thank you very much. And how many have I got on me? I've got 2 speed modules on me. I need 2 more. There's 3 speed modules. Okay, they obviously made some and then they brought them over. So let me just go into here. Yeah, you've made. Right, and he's brought it to me. Excellent. Okay, so then I can do that. I can make 1 of these, and I'll drop that down onto there. That's made a difference. Look at that. Look at him go. Crafting speed, 1.75. And then I can immediately up my game a little bit more by dropping that one in there and that one in there, like that. So we've now got crafting speed of 2.25. I no longer need those. Okay. New plan. Remove those 4. And I'm going to swap them over in here, because I don't need that in there anymore. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in here, look. We're going to have those 4 there, and I'm going to go bonk, 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 like that. 2.25. It is now 2.75. Now we are flying through. We're cooking on gas now, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking on gas now. Right. That one's going to keep going. It's going to do a wonderful job. Very pleased with that. So there's another little shortage that we have taken care of. We do still have some shortages over here. I got 13 of these that I still need to be made. Now, I've got enough that I can make 1 for myself. Just 1. I could make another one, it says so, but I don't have the speed modules on me, so I don't want to do it. I want to wait until I've actually got the speed module. There's one that's been brought over. They're bringing them over pretty quickly. You're getting 1 more any minute now. There's another one. Make that, and that'll go and put that one down. And then we go and put out some of the modules onto it. If we can just get the rest of these factories put out, that means that that will then all be running properly, exactly as it should be. Like, you there, why aren't you running? You're waiting on copper. Oh, my bad. I've got these all facing the wrong way. I've made a big boo-boo on this. Let's go through and just correct this. All the way through there. I did think it was a little bit... It seemed a little bit quiet down here, didn't it? Right, now let's see if we can actually finish making everything that we're making down here. You're facing the wrong way. Those are all facing the wrong way. I cannot believe I had them all facing the wrong... Who noticed it? Go on, hands up. I think it may... You know, but it may have been the last episode that you've seen that I did it, but who noticed it? Did anybody notice that I was busy plonking these down the wrong way? And sort of thinking to yourself, you know, Frith, that's never really going to work very well. Not like that. You're going to need to turn it round. Right, 1, 2, and 3 now. 3 more factories have been made and been plonked down. We are waiting for 8 factories to be built. Now, this side, that was going the right way, and that was going the right way. So, they seem all right up this way, and they now seem all right down here as well. So, I'm hoping that that's going to keep them running. I've still got all robots flying. There's not one single rested robot at the moment. But this is... Now that we've got all of this up and running, I've got some missing over there. And then I've got some of these missing in the middle over here. I've got 10. I'll go 1 and 2. Like that. If I get some more speed modules, that would be great. There's those 2 over there that have been taken care of. 3. Ah, there's another speed module on its way. There we go. Right, I can make another one of them. And we've got another factory gone into there. And we've got some bits placed out. So I've got this huge, great big factory here. I'm going to need to redo my blueprint so that we've got blue ones of those down instead of the others. I'm not actually going to make the factory any bigger at the moment, not the green circuit production. We're just going to let it tick over for a bit because I think that we will eventually catch up with production on that. Like, I've got enough now that's being produced. There is a lot of them being produced. We've got... I mean, there's no spares. I got 16,000 spare iron. It says that I got 70 steel in the system as well. Oops. 70 steel is quite a substantial amount of steel, actually. I mean, yeah, I know that we're sort of playing with some rather small figures here in places. But honestly, 70 steel is pretty good. I'm waiting on iron to be brought over this way. And we are... and that's the bit there, is I'm waiting on iron to be brought into here. I got a logistics request for 1,000 iron, but it's not being brought over. And that's partly, I think, because of the high priority that's being put to everything else. I've got a few thousand spare, but I don't have enough robots. I still don't have enough robots. That's got to be... I think that's got to be one of our next things, is that we want to start really ramping up robot production a bit if we can. Because I got a load of robots flying all the way down to here. I mean, yeah, I could use belts. I could bring that all back with belts so that I don't have them going on such long journeys. But I don't want to. I just don't want to. I want to be able to do it from the factory in here, and I want to be able to keep those robots flying. And I want to be able to use the robots to do it. That's what I want. That is my dream, is to be able to do it all with robots. So let's look in here. It's flying robot frames that we're waiting on. I've got all the flying robot frames that I need over there. These are producing. They're taking their time. And they will, because they're quite slow producing. I've got... how many of them have I got in the system? I don't actually see any in the system at the moment. Should have some in the system. They got in, it's because I don't really have any in the system. They're being brought over there to make those. But what they're actually doing is they're just topping up the numbers. Those are very slow. They would actually benefit from some speed beacons in there, I should think. They'd actually benefit from some level 2 modules in there as well. And again, we won't worry about it too much. Let's go over this way and have a look in here. Right. You are... I slowed that right down, didn't I? I slowed that way down. This one here, I'm going to change that. I'm going to boost that up. I'm going to double up the number of those that I'm requesting in there. And do the same there. I'll double up that number as well. I'll go that up to 60, like that, so that I've got plenty of circuits in there. I want to get a bit more speed on this. So I'll move that one around there. Can I fit a beacon in here? I cannot fit a beacon in there. There's absolutely no way that I can fit a beacon in there at all. I can squeeze one over there. And... right, okay, so I can't put a beacon in. It would be really nice to leave those productivity modules just as they are. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 2 lots of those in, and then I'm going to put 2 of those in, so that I've got still some productivity on here, because those are 6% and those are productivity 4%. So it's not quite the same productivity that I had with 4 of them in there, but with the speed beacons as well, that should help just nudge things along in our favor a little tiny bit. I'd like to be able to do the same again, except that I don't have enough processing units to make them. I have to make 1, because I need more processing. Let's go and get some more processing units. Wait a minute. Oil is running out. Right, we've got to go and do something about the oil. This is filling up, that's fine. So we've got no issues over there. But we are going to have to do that. If I take 20 of them, that will allow me to make 4 different items. So I want 2 of those. And 2 of those as well. And then if I go back over to here... leave 1 of them behind. Do it like that. Right. That makes 2 more. So I got 2 of those being made. Oh, I'm making the small ones at the moment. Bring them. Yep. Let me go back over this side. We're going to have to do some work with those modules up there. So I want to boost those up a bit. And I want to boost these up a bit as well. So I've got one of them in there, like that. And drop that one back. And then I got these here being made. I get rid of you. So I don't want to make that. That one there is being made. I'll take... Yeah, I only want one Productivity 2 module in there. And I've got that one there. I'm hoping for another speed module in a minute. If I've got a robot that will bring me up a speed module, that would be absolutely great. And then we need to go just... Well, we don't have speed modules at the moment. We don't have any spare because the speed modules are being taken elsewhere, just for a minute. I guess I don't need these speed modules working on here, so I could pinch those. I'll have them a minute. That's going to be a handy thing to have. And then we go into there, and 1, 2, like that. I'll actually swap one of them over, just to give it a little bit more speed. Any extra speed on that is definitely going to be useful. And then the same up there. So I will want to make some more speed modules in there. The more I can make, the better. That one's done. Let's go to there and swap that one over like that. Right, so I've got those basic ones. Let's gather these up. I want those. There's no real benefit to having those at the moment, I don't think. There probably is. I'm probably going to want that up there. I'm probably going to regret doing this. But we need to go up here, and we need to just quickly address this. It's slowly reducing the amount of oil that we've got in here. Right? Over time, it does slowly reduce. You could put productivity modules in there. You don't need to, because the productivity of the mining drills also affects this, so you do get a little bit extra coming through with the pump jacks. If I put speed modules in here, it just speeds up the production of the oil, just a little bit there. Right, and if I mouse over it now, mining speed is 1.4. If I remove those two, like that... Mining speed 1, mining speed 1.4. So it does speed it up a bit. I mean, if I could get some faster ones, that would be good. That's going to just keep it going just a little bit. It's going to help just a tiny bit to bring back a little bit more crude oil here into storage. But we are going to need to expand the crude oil production. All of this is going to have to be removed and resited and rebuilt. It's a big old project doing that. But we need to make sure that we've got all the backup materials that we want for it before we start doing that. And that's kind of our issue at the moment, is we don't have... Why aren't the robots coming and removing the trash from my trash slot? Logistic filter. Oh. I've put that in there ages ago, and they still haven't come in and taken it away. So now I've got to do it myself, manually. And we go over here, like this, and I look in there. So I got one power switch in there, all on its lonesome. And I put that one in there. Actually, I've got several of those. So I'll take you. And I'll drop you into here instead. There. Like that. Right. There we go. They put one item per chest to start with until they start running out of space, and then they start squeezing them up a bit. But they do it just to start with. They put one item per chest. Right. How are we doing? It's all looking pretty good at the moment. Everything's running through. This is all running through as fast as it can. That's all running through. I've got... Copper is crammed full on the belts all the way round. And iron ore is crammed full on the belts. The only thing that's not crammed full is the iron going out. That's being used up here. Just being used a fair rate of knots across that bit. So it's not going to we're not going to benefit from like speeding that up. What we would benefit from actually is if I was to change those over to electric furnaces. However, I'd have to move all of the belts because of the much bigger print than electric furnace takes up, which is why I generally just build a whole separate section for them. Or I should have put long-handed inserters on the top side in order to start that one off, and then it would have future-proofed it. But I didn't do that either. Because I'm just not that bright. I've only got 3. Why am I speed... Oh, I know why the speed modules are slow. Because we're waiting on the red circuits. I don't have the red circuits here. I can make some red circuits now. I can drop those in. And that's going to let us just get the last 5 of them. And we've only got 30 of those still to make. And yeah, 30 is still quite a few. But we've only... Yeah, only 30 of them is not too bad. Right, that's 6. I'm going to sit here a minute, and I'm going to wait just for a few of those to accumulate so that I can make some more assembling machines, and we can get the last few of them placed down, and then that's all of our green circuit production taken care of. Just making the last 4, last 5 rather. Got all of them down there, and that's it. It's now done. It's completely up and running. We've got the entire green electronics production system all underway. Now, obviously, it may not necessarily be the perfect run just yet, but it's definitely getting there. Let's go over and take... Oh, somebody said if I press L... Oh, this is so magical. Oh. It's like all my dreams have come true. Thank you, strange person who said this on my channel. I've no idea who you were. I don't remember who it was. That's why I'm calling you strange. Not because I think you're a strange person, but because you're a stranger to me. Thank you, random, kind person. So beautiful. So beautiful. You just press L. You press L and you've got everything. I love it. I love it so. So, we got 100,000 copper, and we got 158,000 copper ore. You've got to remember that the copper ore also takes into account everything that is in the passive provider chest. It counts all of that. Same with the coal, and we've got some 93,000 iron ore as well. So, we've got plenty of ore, and we've got coal that we can use. Copper plates, we've got loads. 11,000 iron plates, we got loads of those. And I'm looking down. Steel, we've only got 40-odd. Right, we probably don't really have enough steel. And at the moment, one of our big shortages is the red circuits. So, I mean, we got plenty of everything else coming along at the moment. I mean, if we look in here, we know that we've got a big shortage of blue science. There's no blue science actually being made. I'm going to race all the way over to this side. And we're not making very much in the way of blue science because we're not making very much of this. And that's kind of our shortage. Now, we've got 4,400 logistics robots, and every single one of them is in the air. And we go and look over here. We're waiting on red circuits in order to make more of these. We've got the flying robot frames. We've actually got several flying robot frames in there. So those are being brought over. They're being produced. It's just that we're not actually using flying robot frames at the moment. Well, we're not using them all up because of the aforementioned issues. Right, let's have a look over this side. You are racing through. We've got the production and we've got the speed. You know, I'm going to make a new speed module now because actually I want to make 3 speed modules now. I've got that over there, but then that's sort of balanced out over there. What I'd really like is to be able to put a beacon down in here. I don't think I've got room for it, because I know we already did check this. I do have room for it. I can put a beacon down in here. Remove that one. And put that one there instead. Pick that one up. I've got a few of them in there, so I can have those couple. And I'll drop that one down there. And then... What do you mean can't reach? Don't give me can't reach. And then I can put that one down there like that. And we can go... I've now got... I've got the boost, right? I've got the boost that I want. So I want speed boost on here. Times 4. We want to make a few of those. So 1, 2, 3... to make those 3 missing spaces. But I'm actually going to change that around a little bit. So I got 3 of them. I'm going to want to make one of those. And I'm going to keep so that I've got... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to keep so that I've got any of those. I'm going to go back over this way. And I'm going to get, for my very own self, some of these. I don't currently have any, because they're busy using them on there to just fill in the last of those. So I'm going to take 20 of them, just like that. And then the robots can come along and they can fill that bit in a minute. I don't really mind about that. They'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. I've got complete faith in them. So I'm going to go back over this side now. And I've got... those are making. I want... another one to make at least, and then we'll see. So that one there is crafting speed 1.5, which is faster than just an ordinary yellow factory. Plus, we've also got the production. So if I put this onto here... so I want to... that one right there, I want to put these two. Yeah, I'll drop those in. Now crafting speed is 1.875, plus 50%. That one is 1.7. That's because I've got two of those out. Now, if I remove both of those... oops. I remove both of those a minute. Now we have a look. Crafting speed 1.25. That is exactly the standard normal crafting speed in there. So I'm going to drop one of them in, like that. And then I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to take that one out. So you are 1.8. Go there. I'll take that one out. Drop that back down to there. So you are 1.625 plus 30%, and that is plus 30% as well. So it's already running faster than it was previously. And we're now going to drop in one production module into each of these. And that's going to just increase that by a little bit more. So drop that one in there. There. So it's now plus 15% speed, 1.43. And... plus, we've also got plus 18% productivity. So, roughly, every 5 robot frame that is made, we get an additional one for free. That's pretty good. Right, there is our inserter capacity bonus. That's the stack inserter. Stack inserter capacity bonus is now gone up by 1. Now, what do we do next? That one... really want it. Those are 1,500 each for doing those. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Fusion reactor. Let me go to there. Power armor Mark 2. In order to make Mark... right, I need efficiency module level 2 and speed module level 2. I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. So we're going to go with military 4... I think, because we already started. Didn't we already start? I think we already started that. And maybe I should go with I'm going to go with the fusion reactor first. I'm going to go with that one first because we are, at the moment, we're draining power, right? We have shortages of power from time to time, and this is causing us some problems. Right, we drop that one in there, and I don't like it like that. That really bugs me. We swap them round there. Perfect. There. And so I've now got... each of these, they are 1.437. It's plus 15%. That is plus 15%. And we have 18% productivity. So it's doing great. And we've also got these over here. They are producing... and actually, there's no demands for them at all. I've got these in here, but the robots aren't coming over and collecting more robot frames. Which is... really cool, because what that means is we've actually kind of... hang on, let me go in there. There's 90. There's one more coming over there. What that means is we're already producing everything that we need to produce. It's just these red ones that we've got an issue with. And that's because they're being used up on there. Right, that's fine. In there, I've got 50 of them in there, and then I got 4 of them here. I've got 15 right there. I need... how many? 2. Okay, well, that's going to be 20... there's another 20 flying robots. See? You see the number going up? Goes up pretty quick like that. Over here and have a look over this side. 28. Right, we've now got 4,428 flying robots. So this is our issue right there. And the big cause of the problem at the moment is a huge lack of iron coming in. Part of the problem with the lack of iron is the lack of actual robots that I've got. There's just not enough robots around. I got a severe lack of robots. So I need to focus on getting the robots up. which means that I need to increase these. Now, there's two ways that I can do this. I want to start working on some tiles for those as well. We can either do like a whole section. Actually, I want to go here and 1, 2 of them. They'll be brought over eventually. It's going to take a while. We might actually just work it with these assembling machines. So to start off with, you just go with that, right? And you go with that. You need 4 plastic bars, 8 copper cables, and 2 electronic circuits. Okay? That's what you need. Now, the copper cables, we can direct feed the copper cables, if I wanted to. 8 copper cables coming in. It's still quite a substantial amount of copper cables that I need to be direct feeding into here. So it's almost the same as what I need over here. For this one, I need 10 copper cables. And I can barely keep up. Although the production of one of those is considerably faster. It's 6 seconds for one of them. Whereas this one down here is half a second. Okay, so the speed that it takes to make one of those is a whole lot different to the speed that it takes to make one of the green ones. So that's a significant difference in it to start with, which means that we could have a separate section producing copper cables. Now, I've already got a copper cable producing place over here. All right, I got one there that is producing copper cables, and it's filled that out. So we could use that, and then plastic. Now, plastic is another problem up here. So we kind of need the plastic to, like, come all the way through. And I've got some plastic in storage here, but not very much. I've got coal coming through here. I'm using this up as rapidly as I can. And coal is the issue. Although, also, petroleum gas is a little bit of an issue. Thinking maybe we'll change these over to production modules, because we're not getting stuff coming through fast enough. So if I swap those over to production modules there and there, that's going to allow some of the coal to come through to this side as well, which will allow all of these to then be running. So it's the same amount of coal that we're using. It's just slightly changed some of the other bits. You know what I could do? Change that over. So I've got 1 speed, like that. And then go into here and do the same. 2 of them. And then go to you and have, oops, 2 of them as well. Like that. That will allow everything to run. That is going at minus 10% crafting speed and plus 8% productivity. So it's not, you know, level 1 modules just aren't that good. And generally, you just want the sort of the speed ones. The productivity ones don't normally make much of a difference. It's beneficial here for us because the coal wasn't quite reaching all the way to the end, whereas now it is. We're using up and we're making all of the factories run. So that for us is beneficial because it means that with the productivity module running, we're producing slightly more plastic than we were. And that's a good thing. That is one good thing about this. So we're just whipping in a little bit of plastic down through here, and that's a good thing. Although that plastic is still going to be in short supply with everything that's happening down here, namely, mostly this. Once they start bringing the iron over and the iron goes up through. So, yeah, again, we just kind of want to ignore that. So the plastic's up there. We got to rework very soon the entirety of the oil production, but we're going to be bringing oil from elsewhere. But I want to get the red circuit up and going first. Very basic red circuit. We could just do it like this, right? We just go red circuit and then demand the copper production, or we do something. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1 million minions are not going to be built in a single episode. So we've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.